Okay, now we're going to talk about installing the Oracle software from oracle.com. The first thing you need to do is go to www.oracle.com/downloads, and when it takes you to this screen, pay attention to the top right hand corner where it says View Accounts. You need to actually sign in to be able to download Oracle software. So you just create an email account, create a username with your email account, and when you click View Accounts, you have a choice. You can sign in if you already have an account, or you can just create an account from scratch. Alright, so once you're signed in, what you want to do is you want to scroll down on the page, oracle.com/downloads, until you see the database section. Alright, so once you click on database, it's going to take you to the database section, as you can see right here. And for the purpose of our course, download database 11G. Alright, database 11G. Alright, so once you click on 11G, you want to make sure that when it takes you to the next screen, you're still under the proper section called Oracle Database 11G. It's going to say Release 2, it might say the Release 1, but the fact is you need 11G. So you're going to scroll down, and we're going to download two files, and I use Windows, so you have to find your operating system. So if you're using Windows, you want to make sure you either download the 32-bit or the 64-bit. Now, to figure out if you have what bit operating system you have, you're going to go to the Start menu, go to Computer, but right-click on Computer, go to Properties, and it's going to take you to your System Information page. And as you can see here, if you look in the direct center of your screen, it's going to say System Type 64-bit operating system. So I'm currently using a 64-bit operating system. So if you go back to the website, you're going to download the two files listed here. Now, these are large files, so it's going to take time. The first thing you want to do is click on file number 1, and when you click it, this dialog box will come up, and look at the name, Win6411GR2 1 of 2. Now, we're going to talk about that in a second. There's a specific thing we need to do. So go ahead and click OK, and that's going to take some time. Now, after you click OK, you probably won't, but you might get this little system error. Every now and then you'll get it. When it happens, just you can just back out of this page and get back to the page that has the two files that we're downloading. You might not get that error either. So when it's done downloading, what you want to do is you want to download the second zip file, database 2of2.zip, and you want to click OK there. Now it's going to take some time again. Now, when you're done, go to your downloads folder, and you'll see both files there with the little zipper on it, meaning they need to be extracted. So this is very specific, so I want you to pay attention. Otherwise, your installation will not work. Oracle has a specific requirement when extracting these files. First thing you're going to do is you're going to right-click on the first one that says File 1 of 2, Win64 Database 1 of 2, and you're going to do Extract All. This dialog box will pop up saying, where do you want to extract it to? The default is fine. Whatever populates here, that's fine. In this case, it's going to extract it to the downloads folder, in fact, to the same folder where the zip files are currently located, which is fine. And it's going to create a folder called Database 1 of 2. All right, so you're going to click Extract at the bottom right-hand corner, and it's going to take some time. It's going to extract all the files. And when it's done, you are going to see a new folder that looks similar to the other one, but it does not have a zipper on it, meaning it's fully extracted. Alright, so let's double click that file, and it's going to take us to another subfolder, and you're going to see a database folder. Alright, and now we're going to extract the second file we downloaded from Oracle's website. So let's hit back. And it says Win6411GR2 database 2 of 2. So once again, right click it and do Extract All, and this is important. Do not click Extract yet. This is the most important step. At the end of the phrase, the folder it's going to create is called, as you can see here, 2 of 2. It's going to attempt to create a new folder to extract the unextracted files into. So it wants to create a total of 2 folders. Oracle doesn't want that. It won't work that way. What you need to do is you need to change 2 of 2 to say 1 of 2. So what that means is both of these zipped files are going to unzip into the same folder. Now this is a brand new folder that was just created when we extracted 1 of 2. But if we extract 2 of 2 and don't make any changes, it's going to also create another folder. And it's going to be called 2 of 2. We don't want that. We want 1 of 2 and 2 of 2, both of those files that are currently zipped, to unzip into the same folder. All right, that's why we're changing the 2 of 2 right here to 1 of 2. Now, when you click extract, obviously it's going to have a little conflict here because it's going to say, wait a minute, we already have a folder called database in this 1 of 2 folder. Do you want us to merge everything together? And all you do is click yes. And you're off. So it's going to take some time, but this is the only way the software will work. Again, both files that you downloaded from Oracle were zipped. When you unzip them, they have to be unzipped into the same folder. So to do that, what you do is you're going to extract everything from the first folder and let it create whatever folder it wants to create called 1 of 2. But when it's time to extract the second folder, you have to manually change it. Instead of saying 2 of 2, make it 1 of 2. All right, so this is going to take some time, and you have to let the progress bar go all the way up, and when it's done, this is what it's going to look like. You're going to see one folder called Win6411GR2 database 1 of 2 that does not have a zipper next to it, and you're going to see the 2 files that you downloaded from Oracle, both with zippers. One called 1 of 2 and the other called 2 of 2. Okay, so let's now double click in the new folder with all the extracted files, and you're going to see a database folder. So let's double click database, and you're going to see these files. And look for the word setup. Go ahead and double click the word setup, and now we're going to start the installation. The first thing you're going to see is this. It's called Oracle Universal Installer. You don't have to do anything. It's going to go away in about 5 to 10 seconds. It's going to pop up and maybe go away. So this is the first of many screens that we're going to see. The first thing you want to do is uncheck the box that says I wish to receive security updates, and leave both boxes blank. Don't type an email address, and go ahead and click next. When you click next, this box is going to pop up saying, hey, are you sure? You don't want to put an email address in? Say yes, we are sure, and then click next. On the next screen, it's going to say select any of the following install options. You want to select the second option that says install database software only, and then at the bottom click next. Then you want to leave the top bubble filled in for single instance database installation. Then you want to click next. You want to select English if that's the language you choose, and then click next. You want to leave the top bubble filled in for the type of database edition. Enterprise edition is fine. And at the bottom, click next. Now this is important. What you want to do is, in the top box that says Oracle Base, delete whatever you see there. And just to make everything simple, just put C:\\. C:\\. Do not put anything in the bottom box. That's going to auto-populate. Again, where it says software location, don't touch that. Let the system populate whatever information it needs. It's in the first box where you just want to put C:\\. All right? And when you're ready, you're going to click next, and it's going to do a prerequisite check. Now, 99% of the time, you're going to be fine. You have to wait for this progress bar to go to 100%. During this time, you might get this error. You might. It says environmental variable error. The word path is not found in the environmental variable section. Now, let's say you do get this error. Now, if you didn't, I'll show you exactly how easy the rest of the installation is. But let's say you did get this error. All you're going to do is you're going to cancel this installation at the bottom right-hand side, and it's going to tell you, hey, since you canceled it, we have a log file. This box is going to pop up. You just say OK to that. And you're going to go to the Start menu. You're going to right-click on Computer and go to Properties. And once the System Information box screen comes up, look to your top left. You're going to see a box. If we zoom in here, you're going to click on Advanced Settings. And when you do that, this box is going to come up. As you can see, it says Advanced. And all we care about is environmental variables. You're going to click that, and then another box is going to come up. All right, it's going to say environmental variables at the top. And all we care about is this information called system variables. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to click New. And when this box pops up, for variable name, all you're going to do is put path. And for value, you're going to put C:\\. It's that simple. All right. And then you can click OK, OK, keep clicking OK and apply to make sure all the changes are applied. And now we're going to go through the install once again. You have to fly through the install. You're going to do everything the same way we did. The same way by going to the downloads folder. You're going to open up the Win64 database 1 of 2 folder without the zipper on it. You're going to go to database. You're going to double click on setup, and the Oracle Universal Installer is going to come up. And you're just going to go through these screens again. So if you do have that path error message and you have to redo everything, just go ahead and rewind this video and you can go through the steps necessary up until the prerequisite check. Now, if you never got a prerequisite check error, it's going to take you to this screen, Summary. On the left-hand side, you can see Summary. It's going to give you some information here you can read through if you want. Otherwise, go ahead and click Finish at the bottom right-hand side, and Oracle software will officially be installed. And this is how we're going to access, this is how we're going to use SQL. Okay, so you have to wait until the progress bar becomes 100%, and you might get a firewall message like this. It might just tell you that there's some Java trying to access. Just allow access. You can just allow access, and it's going to continue the install, and it might take some time. So when it's done, it's going to say the installation of Oracle database was successful, and all you have to do is click Close. All right, so you are done installing the product. Now let's talk about how to access the SQL side of things. All right, so go to the Start menu. You're going to see new software called Oracle Aura DB 11G Home. So go ahead and click that, and it's going to populate some files underneath it. These 5 or 6 files underneath it. So all we're concerned about is configuration and migration tools. All right, and once you click on that, it's going to bring up some more files, and we care about Database Configuration Assistant, DBCA. We are now going to create a test database. Now this is the database with the user Scott. All right. So far, all we did was install the software. We didn't create a database. So go ahead and click DBCA, Database Configuration Assistant. It might take a moment, but this box is the first thing you're going to see. You can click Next. You're going to select Create Database, and then at the bottom right hand side, click Next. You're going to select the first option here called General Purpose or Transaction Processing, and then click Next. Now for the database name, you can put whatever you want. I just put Test. You can put Test, and make sure the name and the SID, the 2 boxes, are similar, and click Next. Now on the next screen where it says Configure Enterprise Manager, make sure it is unchecked so everything gets grayed out. And then at the bottom right, you can click Next. Now for passwords, you want to select the second bubble at the bottom called Use the same administrative password for all accounts, and put in a password that you'll remember. And make sure they're the same. And Oracle might give you an error message once again saying, hey, the password you used doesn't meet our requirements. Do you want to continue? Just click Yes. You're fine there, and you want to click Next. Now in this section, you want to select the third bubble called Use Oracle Managed Files, and that's it. Don't type anything in any box, and click Next. Now here, you want to check the box at the top saying Specify Flash Recovery Area, if it's not checked already. Underneath Flash Recovery Area, you could just put 3,000. 2,000, 3,000, and you can click Next. On this screen, it's very important, you want to make sure you check the box that says Sample Schemas. Now that's how we have access to Scott, sample schemas or sample users. Then you can click Next. Now here you can click on the Custom bubble, and you can specify the SGA and PGA size. Just put 1,000 each, that should be fine, and then you click Next. When you get to the next screen, it's going to be database storage. You don't have to do anything here. It's up to you if you want to read through it. Otherwise, just click Next. And the last screen here, it says Select Database Creation Options. Just check the box that says Create Database, leave everything else unchecked, and click Finish. Once you click finish, this box is going to come up. It's almost like a receipt. You could scroll through it if you want to, but all you really have to do is click OK. And the database is now being created. It's going to take some time. This status bar, the progress bar, has to go to 100%. When it's done, you're going to see this screen. Now, don't click exit. Click password management. Password management. This is how we're going to unlock the user Scott. So the first thing you want to do when this box comes up is click the word username, just to put everything in alphabetical order so it's easier to scroll down and find Scott. So under Scott, if you see this blue check mark representing locked accounts, you want to uncheck that to make sure it's blank. Then you want to put in a password. Now, me personally, I use a generic password that Scott usually gets, Tiger, all lowercase Tiger. But put whatever password you want, you confirm it, and then click OK. When you click OK, it's going to say, hey, our policy doesn't allow, it might say the password you used isn't per our standard. You can just say, do you want to continue? You can just say yes. All right. Now it's going to bring you back to this screen, and now you are done. You can click exit. So now let's go to the start menu. In the run box, you're going to put CMD, and hit enter, and it's going to pop up the command line. Now here you can see it says C:\users or whatever it's going to say. We're not in SQL yet because we don't see the SQL prompt. What you're going to type is SQL plus space / space as sysdba. All right, we're going to type that in here and hit enter. And now we are officially in the database, and we're going to continue the lesson.